There's been a lot of instances where Vader's past comes back to haunt him. What we usually learn upon those sites is that Vader will crumble very easily. You see, his past was his weakness. Every time somebody haunted him in his visions, Vader would become emotionally incapable of handling it. But after decades of hatred and anger brewing inside of him, it may have come time for him to forget his past and move on to the future. His future being his son, Luke Skywalker. Although at the time he was still crafting his plans, his past was still not done with him, as he went on to find remnants of Jedi temples that would soon lead to him visiting his forgotten past, remembering what he left behind and every Jedi that he had wronged. We start with the capture of none other than the father of Dr. Aphra. And after protesting as much, guess who's called in to torture the poor guy? It's 000. Now, Vader, of course, has made no qualms about wanting to assassinate Dr. Aphra for not only what she knows and what she was involved in, but actually betraying Darth Vader in the past. However, she's gained favor with the Empire and especially with the Emperor, so for now, she's not getting assassinated or getting choked by Vader himself. But her father, well, he did not get the same welcoming treatment. In what we can assume that he was mildly tortured, the father spills the beans on what his adventures actually were, on what he secretly knows about the rebellion, and something more. While Vader is on the bridge, Aphra comes in and informs Lord Vader that her father said he was trying to get into a ruin out on the asteroid Helix by Karga. It was an old Force cult shrine, he thinks. Then he ran into a rebel cell. They gave him some rations, asked him politely to leave, but pointed blasters when he missed the hint. General Veers also indicates that their sensors are quite certain he's telling the truth, and that 000, this is the funny part, that is, he is extremely displeased. Of course, our 000 wants to torture people, but when he can't, that's a bad day for him. However, when Veers asks should they send a scout team, the answer is no. Vader will investigate this shrine for himself, together with Dr. Aphra. The next page moves on to the actual asteroid where the shrine is located. Vader is the first one out. As he enters the shrine, the fog intensifies. It is both quiet and loud at the same time. The Force is rumbling. Vader is sensing someone. More and more, it intensifies, and suddenly he ignites his lightsaber. He's sensing danger.
"Reveal yourself,"
says Vader, as he can't stand it anymore.
"The Force is strong here. I have felt your presence since my arrival. Your want. What manner of thing are you?"
Clearly, Vader at this moment cannot understand what he's feeling. He senses something, but he's not sure what exactly. As he walks forward, not knowing what mystery lies ahead, all of a sudden everybody appears. The corpses and the ghosts of past. Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Padme, the love of his life, his mother, Shmi Skywalker, and even Yoda and Ahsoka. These evil ghosts are after him. Vader is now feeling the intensity of all of the past is surrounding him and haunting him all at the same time.
"Mind tricks. These ghosts might once have troubled that lost boy, but I'm not him anymore."
He slashes his lightsaber at these ghosts, making them disappear at an instant.
An altar. Aeons of fools praying for what they could not take.
Vader now realizes what lied ahead. A mysterious Force altar that probably initiated those dark visions in the first place. It was just like he had seen a dark nightmare. He suddenly woke up when he saw the altar, he destroyed it, and as if with every dream, Vader forgot it very quickly.
Echoes without will.
Vader left. Vader was done.
Pathetic.
Lost boy? Aphra was intrigued. What did that mean? However, as you might expect, Vader did not stick around to answer any questions. He just left immediately. Everybody around him was shocked, of course, but Vader did not leave it with that. He ordered for the bombers to bombard everything on this asteroid, turning the asteroid into dust. When the archaeologist, after his father, protested and said that he can't do this, Vader simply used the Force, pushed him away as his face was planted to the floor. It was over. This clearly indicated that Vader was completely done with the past. At least for now. You trigger something in Vader that is primal. There is something inside that he just reacts to when you mention a person in his past. That could be either Padme or, in some instance, what I have found is Kenobi, Obi-Wan, something to that effect where Vader could lose it completely. I don't think he has the same relationship with, let's say, Yoda, for example. If you mention Yoda, Vader will not go berserk, or at least what I think is the truth, because we have not seen Vader react to those names, but Padme and Obi-Wan are at the top. If you have the courage to even bring them up in the conversation, then you better fear for your life. How do you guys judge this vision? Did the writers try to tell us that Vader is still haunted by his past, or that Vader was completely over it with how he responded to those visions? He just simply dismissed and destroyed those ghosts in an instant without even flinching. He didn't even seek answers after that. It's very apparent how much Vader tried to not let this bother him, but of course, as you can see what happens in the aftermath of this comic, in the movies and everything else, it just shows you how Vader was lost, especially in the end. He did not know who to follow, the allegiance was all out of whack, and it is kind of a miracle how Sidious did not see what was coming. Vader had anticipated greatness in the beginning, but by the end, this all came crashing down. It was clear that Darth Vader did not see a future in the Empire anymore, and now with these ghosts haunting Darth Vader, especially Padme, amongst all the others, his mother, and both of his Jedi Masters in the past, nothing deterred him momentarily. He remembered why he was afraid as a boy. That's why he mentioned that he was once afraid, but he's not that boy anymore, talking about little Anakin and even young Anakin to a point. The problem is that he could never forget his past, and his past would always linger. This was especially true once Luke came into the fray, because he ignited all that trauma that Vader tried to forget. If it wasn't for Luke, I truly believe that Vader would have just died in servitude to Palpatine, or Palpatine would have died from old age. Something would have happened there, but I don't think that a conflict between Vader and Sidious would have come out good for Vader. Vader would have lost immediately, as we see with Force Lightning, but Luke reinvigorated him, gave him new hope, not in a good way at the start, but in a bad way, as he wanted to rule the galaxy still. Lastly though, what do you guys think as well? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.